We are Tim and Renee. Hi from Tim and Renee. All platforms: Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, all under Hi from Tim and spelled out Renee.
Don't be shy. Say
Don't
hi.
be shy. Subscribe. And we want to be able to get on here and ramble and have you ask us questions so we can continue to ramble.
Moving along so they don't click off of our we are talking about Virgin Voyages.
Virgin Voyager.
How to
Scarlet Lady.
Yes. How to expedite your fun on the first day of your cruise and set your entire voyage up for fun.
Yes.
Just right off the bat.
So it cruises out of Port Miami is what it's called. So you want to fly into Miami because if you fly into Fort Lauderdale, you're looking at about a 50-minute Uber drive and it's going to cost you upwards of $100.
Right. And we sometimes will look at the airfare, and if Fort Lauderdale has a much better deal or a better day or whatever.
And they often do. They're often cheaper. But is it worth it if you take into consideration the drive time and the $100 for the Uber? Because if you fly into Miami, it's only $20 and a 15-minute tops drive.
Right. And we're talking about expediting your fun. So you
and
make
it's
your
all
own
about
decision.
expediting your fun. Do you want to spend that extra time in the Uber, or do you want to get there, basically see the port when you land at the airport and be on the ship as soon as possible?
Yes. Well, most people, I think, fly in the day before. So that's another great tip for you. Obviously, you probably already know that, but fly in the day before, and just in case your flight gets delayed, find a hotel. All good.
The famous guitar-shaped Hard Rock Casino in Florida is located in Hollywood, Florida, just south of Fort Lauderdale. Full name is Seminole Hard Rock Hotel.
Okay.
We tried to get a room there, but they wouldn't give us one.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Yeah, because we were going to extend our time.
We wanted to extend our time. We even reached out to a few friends and they wouldn't put us up. It was such a sad day. And this is when we got off of a cruise. That was how long?
That was our last one, I thought.
That was the Virgin cruise?
I think so.
Yeah. So we were on a 2-week cruise. We flew in the day
wanted to stay longer.
So we took off directly day 1. So 14 days later, we were ready to stay in Florida and party up for a few more days. That's great.
Yeah. So today we're talking about tips to expedite your fun on embarkation day. Whether or not you've cruised with Virgin before, I think you'll find some value out of the tips we're going to share.
We flew in, our flight got in at 11 and our boarding time was initially later in the day, but you were able to get it bumped up to like 1:30.
Yes.
So what did we do when we got there, Renee? So we took our Uber. It was only $20. I remember it was quick and painless. You literally walk out of the airport on the bottom floor there. You take a left and the Uber is right there.
Okay.
So I ordered the Uber when we were walking out. It was ready. The guy was pretty cool. And then you cross the bridge. And when you cross the bridge, you can see the ship right there. Yep.
I don't remember any of that.
Terminal V. V is in Virgin.
A lot of people forget that. Yes.
And as soon as our Uber pulled up, it pulled up right in front of the terminal. They immediately took our bags. And then we were there. So we were there literally at 11. I think we landed at 11. We were at the terminal at 11:30.
And I think our check-in time was at 1. And Virgin is very strict about the check-in time because they want your room to be ready and they want your check-in process to go smoothly. So you're not standing in lines. Now, with that said, they know that people are arriving at different times and they made accommodations, which I thought was great.
Are you talking about the shuttle?
The shuttle.
The shuttle was amazing. So as soon as we checked our bags, we hopped on a shuttle that brought us into
Bayside. Bayside Marketplace, which is very close by. It was a little confusing.
Yes, that's another tip that we would give is when you take the shuttle, they drop you at a corner and you're not sure where to go.
And we asked the bus driver, we were like, oh, okay, can you let us know? Do we take a right, a left? Where's this market? And he said, I don't really know.
Right? And the people we met up with some really fun couple, threesome, but
yes, because everybody on the shuttle is from the ship. So you are literally expediting your fun.
And everybody there. So they're all in the same mindset. Like we're all ready to party and we know we're getting on a ship and it's going to be a blast. So when we took the shuttle and we got off, just remember, you just have to cross the road to get to.
I can't even remember, but it's kind of like your group helping one another. Everybody's together. You can pull this up on your iPhone walking directions probably, but since we had so many people around us, I think we were just like, oh, where do
I
we
thought
go,
it was really
guys?
strange. And I think that the only reason that they dropped us off on the corner because they were having the protest.
Is that why?
That is why. Because otherwise there was a
Oh.
loop. There was a turnaround because instead of taking a left and going into the loop, because there were
Oh,
so
that's
many people,
probably why.
he dropped us there.
Let us
Now
know
it
if
makes
you've taken the
sense.
shuttle and if it's
If it brings you
obviously more
directly into this
straightforward.
Bayside. I bet it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Well,
makes
maybe
sense.
it is a little bit more straightforward. The bus driver didn't tell us there was a protest going on. It was not that big of a deal. It was a little entertaining for me, honestly, but yeah,
I
the
didn't like
market.
it was I remember being stressed because there was 1,000 people holding signs and there was some weird people and I just felt like I was on edge.
Well,
But
you never know with protests what's going to happen.
yes,
So I think you're a safety guy and
I
you
am
have
a safety
me,
guy.
so you want to make sure everything's good.
But we found it and then we went in and there was a Bubba Gump's.
All right.
I
Which
remember that.
typically isn't a go-to restaurant for me, but the vibe was so fun.
They had the garage door so you could sit outside on the stools. So you're basically in out, like it's the part of the restaurant, but you're on the outside because and then
and you're not
we had
as
a beer
committed
and-
that way. I like that.
And we watched the people, and then I remember we walked down because they have it right onto the water, and then they have this cathedral type thing, and they had a band.
Yeah.
So we were able to sit and watch the band.
Oh yeah, the band shell.
Yes.
I always forget. There's certain words that I forget what they have a band shell, and there was live music.
It was like reggae music,
And
it was great.
It was amazing.
So we basically fly in 11:30. They take our bags. By 11:45, we're sitting having a beer at Bubba Gump's Shrimp with no concerns on our mind other than what time are we going to get on the ship.
Right. And this was, I mean, sort of like a complimentary excursion.
It was.
It was fun. It
Yep.
was so much fun.
They didn't charge you for the shuttle. So what happened though is when we got done and so our check-in time, I think it was 1:30, but whatever, 1 or 1:30, we couldn't find the shuttle because all of those people, and I was stressed out because I didn't want to miss our check-in time.
He was very stressed out.
So we ended up, I'm like, I'm just going to get a cab. So another hint for you is that, so we got a cab and I negotiated the price beforehand. Because I knew it was just with that many people and things going on. And it was right there. We could have walked. It's literally 2 miles or less.
2 miles.
2 miles. So it was $15. And then the funny thing is, and I'm glad that we did that, is he missed the easiest. It's one turn to get to the cruise port, to get to Terminal V. And he missed the turn, remember?
Yes.
And we had to go
purposely.
Yeah.
It seemed.
And I confirmed with him. I'm like, the turn was right there. Oh yeah.
He
sorry.
was a little annoyed that
Yep.
you had your directions up because I think he did want to charge more. And you were like 15, right?
Yeah.
And he was like,
I confirmed it.
oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
I
we have to
guess."
start the meter because that's part of our process.
Right.
Anywho, so
Anyway,
we ended
Confirm
up, we got
the price
back.
up front if you take a taxi. We're not
Yes.
talking Uber, Lyft. We're talking a full-on taxi.
Yes. And we're not taxi typically people, but again,
Yeah.
I wanted to get back because it was getting close to our check-in time and I didn't want to be late for that.
Yeah.
So we ended up, we made it right on time. And then in regards to the terminal, to that Terminal V,
Mm-hmm.
it was the cleanest terminal check-in that I've ever experienced with any cruise line.
Yeah, super smooth, bright. I remember it being bright and airy.
And their colors, and it was
Mhm.
really, there was 0 lines.
Mhm.
We walked right in, you go up the escalator and you walk in, and that's where we got our wristbands and our drink package.
So, yes, that's a huge tip because we were a little nervous about not having a drink package. And Princess does it, or not Princess,
Virgin.
Virgin does it a little different. And I love that they do this. It has mixed reviews. Instead of a drink package, they have what's called a bar tab. So you purchase a set amount of,
We did 500 and then you get 100 free.
okay.
So it's basically
It was
20, you get 20%
wasn't it
off.
300 and we got 50 or something?
No, we were going to do the 350, but we did the either it was 400 or
Oh.
500.
Okay, it
and we
doesn't
got
matter.
100 free. We got 100 free,
Okay.
which is, so you're basically getting 20% off. And then they don't charge you gratuity or tax, correct?
I don't
We should
I don't know.
probably find that out. If you
Yeah, I don't know.
let us know, but I don't remember whether they did or not.
And another note, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, yeah, but how much are the drinks?
And they have that online. They're very transparent. So because you can book, they open up the app, and I highly recommend getting on the app as soon as you can, because within the app, you can choose your check-in time and they go quickly. So if it's, I believe, 3 months prior to your sale date, you can get into the app and log on, and then you can pick your
Check-in time?
check-in time. You can
Your
buy your drink
food?
packages, and you
Oh,
can book your restaurants,
okay.
your specialty dining.
And we did not buy our bar tab because this was an offer through the casino for us. So this was our first time on Virgin, and we had a casino match offer. If you're interested in learning more about that, definitely follow us, because we know a lot about casino offer
A
matches.
majority of our trips are casino offers.
Casino offers, but this was a casino offer match, which is even a different level. So there's different things that you can learn, and we're all about it. So if you're into that, definitely follow
Yeah,
along.
we go to Vegas a lot, and Renee has perfected the tier match.
That's a thing too. So matching your tier within a casino to other casinos that you may never even have gambled at, to, receive perks at a higher level at a casino you've never played at,
And I
receive
think what we'll
cruise
do,
benefits.
we'll have a specific podcast on that.
Yeah.
We'll cover all of the tier, because you are pretty much an expert at
Right.
tier matching.
Yes. And these things will come up out of the blue. So it is definitely a good thing. We're going to be posting here first. So definitely follow along, and feel free to reach out to us if you have questions. It's kind of hard to explain the intricacies of every program for everybody, because everybody's situation is a little different, and we'll try to do our best, but that can be a challenge.
Yep. No, absolutely. So getting back to it, 3 months prior to, book your specialty dining, buy your drink package, and choose your check-in time.
But don't worry if you missed out on purchasing the drink package. And that was my whole point. This was a casino offer. So our drinks were complimentary in the casino.
Only in the casino.
So we did not purchase the bar tab, and we were a little worried, like, oh no, what if the drinks in the casino aren't that great, or we want drinks elsewhere?
And I went online to buy it. I had looked at it for 2 weeks before, and then I think I went online either a day or two before to buy the drink package, and it wasn't available anymore. It was blocked out. So I was like, oh no.
Oh, yes. So it was available. It was available in the cruise terminal. They had a little kiosk with the staff, and you could still purchase
I was
the drink
very
package.
happy to see that. And it's the same deal. The same deal you get online as you can buy in the terminal. It takes longer. So again, I highly recommend, because it was just one additional step that we had to do. So again, if you can do it online beforehand, do it. Take care of as much as you can online beforehand, because then again, you're expediting your fun. When you get there, all you need to do as soon as you get off of that Uber or out of that Uber, check your bags, hop on the shuttle if you got time, go check out the Bayside place, have a beer. Yeah, the marketplace was great.
It was fun.
I think it would have been a lot more fun if that whatever wasn't going on.
The protest.
I don't know if it was whatever it was. But anywho, so yes, no, expediting the fun. And then you go through, you get your wristband, which is very simple. You just need your passport or your ID. I don't know I think we brought our passports.
Okay, yeah.
Do you need an ID and a birth certificate when you're getting on the ship? I bet you do, because you have to go through customs.
If you have a passport.
You don't have to if you have a passport.
Yeah.
But if you only have a driver's license, you have to bring your birth certificate. Don't forget that. And that, I'm sure that'll be front and center when you check in online. And mine was.
Okay.
Because we had to do that for our son.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then when you get onto the ship, a big tip for anybody across any cruise, not Virgin specific, is to pack your swimming suit on your carry-on bag, or just throw it in your backpack, because if your luggage is not yet delivered to your room, so even if your room is ready, your luggage might not be there, and you again want to expedite the fun, you can put your swimming suit on right away and go right down to the pool.
Yep. So our check-in, so when we checked in and we went through, and again, that getting onto the ship, there was zero lines. There wasn't one, we didn't stand behind one single person. We got our wristband, we paid for our drink package, and we walked directly onto the ship. And they're right there saying, hey. And so, and we are stair people. So of course all we have on is our backpacks, which in our backpack, we had our swimsuit, toothbrush, everything that we wanted. Went up to our room. The key is in the door. It's right above the tag that has your room number on it. You go into your room, put on your swimsuit, brush your teeth, head to the hot tub.
Which leads us to our next tip. Right before you go to the hot tub and you see your room steward, and guaranteed he'll be there greeting you, saying hi. There's sparkling water in the room already and still water, which is a great perk. So have a little sip.
We have a video of that.
Yeah, so you can learn if the sparkling water is actually sparkling.
And then if you want from your room steward, obviously they're always super nice, overly nice to you. So again, be overly nice back to them. And what you're going to want to ask them for immediately is a mattress topper.
Mm-hmm.
That is it's a game
changer.
changer. It is literally night and day.
Yes, the beds are very firm.
They're comfortable, but they're firm. The difference, the reason that we're saying all this is because in our first leg, we did back to back, we did an 8 and a 6. In our 8, we didn't get, I don't know what happened, if we got on late or if we weren't able to.
We requested one.
But it was later.
Sure.
It wasn't, so they go fast. I think they have a limited number of them.
They do.
They also have a limited number of fans. You can request a fan.
Oh, I learned that later.
And then I always get extra pillows. But again, if you just remember to ask your room steward for it as soon as you possibly can.
Mattress topper, game changer.
Yep. And then we went and sat in a hot tub. And then we also when we came back to the room, I don't think it was that much longer afterwards. You watch on your TV for the muster drill.
Oh,
and
if it's been a while since you've cruised, or this is your first time cruise, I think you'll recall that you had to go down and do the muster drill, stand in line. It was
a pain. You had to have your life jacket on. You had a designated time. It took an hour and a half. It was ridiculous.
It was hot. Nobody wants to be there.
You literally watch the video on your TV or your tablet, I think. And then you go down to a designated spot where they scan your wristband.
And that's your
designated spot. Just don't forget that spot.
Yes. And you want to know that location because if there was an emergency, that's where you would go.
Right. And you don't want to be asking, where are we going?
Yes.
So try to remember that. That's important.
Yeah. Know where your life jackets are. Know where your area is.
Yes. And if you haven't booked any specialty dining, I would highly recommend that as soon as you get on the ship, you go downstairs and you get in line to the restaurant that you want, because they have lines. You can go down and request specialty dining. There are lines though.
No. Okay. The lines, Tim, are also for the people who booked.
Why? I just remember lines.
Yeah.
Because we didn't book any specialty dining.
See the lines. So that's one thing that I would, make a recommendation. I don't know how they would change this. There are lines. So if you book, let's say, a 5:00 slot for the wake, everybody gets in a line. All those people in the line.
We're waiting for dinner?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So if let's say your time is at 5, you're like, okay, let's go down there. It's like 4, some people they're ready. 4:55. You're standing in a line, and sometimes we've seen those lines at 5:15. So you don't think that when you go down at 5:00,
you're just going to sit down and eat.